Hello, dear ones. How are you? It's Tuesday, and we are almost about to get the new moon in Pisces on Thursday. And Pisces is all about imagination and knowing what to ask for, to dream for. So, my subject today is a little bit philosophical about can goddess know the future? Like basically how does basically is the future determined or is it not determined? Is it basically fate, destino, or is it because we have free choice, the future is not known? Could the future be known? So, as Mystic Make, I am in the business of, I do use tarot and other tools I'll talk about today to basically fortune telling. So, but is it really fortune telling? So, that's what I want to talk about today. And I don't want to cheapen it by saying it's fortune telling, but it's really physics and how things work. So let's break it down. I put in some points here to talk about. So we say, if you are logical, right? You say, in our paradigm, in our structure, we live as human in present, past, future, right? So how can the future be known if we haven't been there yet? There's only past and present now where I'm living. Um, so that would be correct. You would not know the future if only one thing, if only all there is that structure of linear. That's a very linear way of thinking. But if we, this is in the three kind of like, the answer would be yes in the 3D kind of paradigm. But if we go to dimensionality and being beyond the veil, then spirit, like you've heard that everything is in the now, and the concept of the now is so confusing for us because we're living in this fishbowl where only have present, past, future, bum, ba, ba, like robots. See, um, but really the multidimensionality is a balloon out there. No, I'm joking. So let's go back. If you go to multidimensionality and think about spirit from this side, is that spirit doesn't know about present, past, future. Everything for spirit is in the now. It's kind of like time is in a circle. So spirit doesn't see present, past, future. Everything that's all your life is happening all at the same time. It's like that movie, everything at the same time. It's hard to understand in our mind, but also spirit sees us not as one singular lifetime, but it sees us as one soul in a journey living many lifetimes and going on a journey, right? If you believe in past lives, which makes sense to me. So now if we are putting the glasses of multidimensionality and being in the now, so let's say you make a decision 1 week from today, and you make maybe a bad decision, maybe decision that are gonna change your life for the worse, and it's gonna be a big pothole, right? So spirit, because he's in the now, is able to see a snapshot of that decision you made next Tuesday, right? It's like, okay, snapshot. Next Tuesday, with your free choice, you made that, so it's already known to spirit because it's in the now. So that's not really predetermination, it's just God or spirit knowing what you're gonna do. It's like, okay, if you're skiing and there's like a big, how do you call it? Like avalanche. Because there's a momentum of snow already going down this mountain, is gonna make big snowball, and like the snowball is not gonna stop, it's going down. So it's like if you have a momentum going this way, it's high probability that you're gonna make that decision, right? I'm a little bit going off topic here, but I'm just saying, like, there's in the now, there's all kind of potentials, right? This balloon and this balloon and this balloon, and spirit knows all about it, but you still have free choice to make that decision, right? So because we live in a very high vibrational time, believe it or not, don't listen to the news, the more we become masterful or seek mastery, the past, the present, and the future get a little bit blend in, right? So I wanna actually, before I talk about the future, talk about the concept of the past. And actually, there's a concept in physics that talks about this, and it's called retrocausality. So basically, can you, whatever you do in the present, affect the past? You say, and then we take off our interdimensional glasses and go back to 3D linear thinking. The answer is gonna be no, because the past already happened, right? And then we put the glasses back, multidimensionality, and it's like, everything is happening all at the same time. It's possible. If you make different decision today, it could affect the past. So actually this is a little complicated, but sometimes in my client readings, if I see that there is like a traumatic past event that happened, I give them a meditation to do that basically they hypnotize themselves. It's like called age regression. And I've done it myself with some trauma in my life. And because the concept is, if you listen to that meditation, you go back in the tunnel of time and you go back to that trauma, and then you can rewrite the past. So let's say, for example, when I came into Earth here in this lifetime, my mom and I, we had a difficult birth, and probably was traumatic on me and on my mom's body and everything. So I went back all the way to when I was in the hospital, and instead of being the difficult birth, I rewrote it to have like flowers everywhere, and it's so easy, only took 10 minutes to be birthed, and that I knew affected my future to have an easier life, instead of there's an imprint thinking, life is hard and difficult, and anything you start new is struggling. Okay, I'm regressing a little bit, but it's gonna all be tied in. Just bear with me here, alright? So also an example, powerful example of retrocausality is when, let's say, a woman had genetic sickness in her family, where, let's say, her grandma, her mom, her sisters, they all have, let's say, diabetes. So she does this trick with retrocausality and go back to her. Go back into the now by getting in touch with her soul, because the soul is in the now. And then she can rewrite her genetic makeup and affect her DNA. And then the fact she did that, she not only affected her lineage, imprinting and all that diabetic history, but also for a future generation, they would never have diabetes. It's that powerful, because it's like we live in like a quantum. If we put the glasses of multidimensionality, we live in a quantum field. Okay, so now we talk about the future, right? Can really God know your future? So yes, He can, because everything that's happening, all happening in the same time, right? But it still respect your free choice. So one trick I wanna say today, that I know it's a little confusing, but one trick I wanna tell, because a lot of clients of mine also ask me about intuition. How do I know I'm making the right decision, right? So God doesn't speak to you in words really, or your intuition, your soul. She speaks to you in intuition, and the intuition comes from the gut. Okay, so let's say you're deciding to buy a car, Mercedes, whatever, that's gonna mess up your finances because of. Then you're gonna have this pit in your stomach, because that's how your soul is speaking to you, or God is speaking to you. So pay attention to your intuition, and that's how you can affect the future. If you make a different decision, then your intuition gonna make you feel better, and that's how you know you're affecting your future. You're making a different future to yourself. So it's a little confusing. So I wanted to share with you one tool I use in my practice about my life too. Is a pendulum. So this pendulum, I call her gibberish, which is just jokey concept, because she's not gibberish really. She says the truth. So gibberish, right? Gibberish is connected to the field, the now. So I trained her that if she goes this way, it's a no. It's a no. If she makes a circle, it's a yes. See, my hand, my arm is not moving. So check this out. So first, hello, gibberish. Is today Friday? She's saying no, she's not Friday. She's connected to my soul, she's connected to God, Spirit, and Spirit knows everything. And says, nope, Friday hasn't happened yet. Okay? So now let's ask a question that is, we know it's a yes. is right now daytime where I am right now? See, I am not moving. The field is moving. Okay, and that's how intuition can speak to you and tell you if it's a yes or a no decision, right? Another trick I can show you also, put some knots here, but I made like a circle here, and then you can put like, let's say you want to move to different locations, right? You put like the locations, and then you can use your pendulum and then ask her which location is good for you, and she can take you there. So that's another very cool trick. So I highly recommend getting a pendulum and training her. And also go back to the new moon in Pisces. Before you ask the universe for things to manifest, because it's a really good moon for manifesting your dreams, but you need to get clarity about what are the right dream for you. So you can, in this new moon, ask, Dear Spirit, give me the intuition I need so I can always be guided correctly with the mastery I am learning. Amen. So I hope I answered a little bit that question that we all asked, all the philosophers asked, is the future determined or decided? Is it free choice or is it destined? So it's a yes and no answer, basically. It depends of what paradigm, if you have glasses on or not. Are you in the multidimensional or are you in the 4D, the linear world? So happy new moon soon on Thursday. So spend some time thinking about your dreams and maybe make a circle, put all your probabilities, maybe get a, how they call it? Get a pendulum. All right, I hope to see you soon, and ciao for now. Bye bye.